Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be how much I read in a week, and today is actually the first day of this video. Today is actually Monday, which I usually would be filming on a Sunday, but also if I'm looking over here a lot, it's because, wait, can you come here really quick? Because Kitty's here. Anyways, but today is actually currently Monday, which I would usually start this kind of video on a Sunday because Sunday is kind of like the first day of the week. But I forgot to film yesterday, and I only read last night till like 11, and so there was really wasn't much to film of me reading. But I'm just gonna be filming like all the stuff I read this week until Saturday because I forgot to film yesterday. But currently I'm reading It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han or Han. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced. But yesterday I read a few chapters, and I'm currently on page 125, chapter 18. And so today I'm going to be reading this, and I'm just going to be be very realistic about what I read, and I'm just going to show you generally what I read in a week. Oh my gosh, that sounds really bad actually. What I read in a week. And so yeah, I'm gonna be reading this book right now because I'm going to Katie's, and yeah, I'm just gonna be seeing how much I read this week and maybe like how many pages. Oh my gosh, I'll try to count how many pages I read this week as well. So yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, so it's quite a bit later, and I was reading for a while today, and I'm currently on page 138, and so I'm going to be reading a little bit of this tonight before I go to bed. Hopefully I'll get a good chunk out of this tonight, and then I'll update you guys in the morning. Do you think Good morning, you guys. It's the next day of this reading video. Today is Tuesday. And last night I stayed up reading a little bit of this book. Got to page 168 and chapter 26. So I'm gonna start reading this again. We'll see how far I get. And I just made a blueberry coffee, so I'm gonna drink this while I read this. Okay, you guys, it's like an hour later or an hour and a half later. I've been reading for quite a bit, and I'm currently on page 213. Oh, and there's less than 100 pages left. I think there's like 275 pages or something like that. And so I'm really close to being done with this book. And if you're wondering why I'm reading this book right now, is because, for one, it's a summer book and it's summer, and my friends and I have been binge watching The Summer I Turned Pretty because the new season is coming out soon. So I want to quickly finish this book before we watch the second season, or before we finish the second season. And so then, because the third season is coming out in like 3 days or something like that, and so that's why I'm kind of reading this pretty quickly. And yeah, now I'm actually going to read my Bible, which I feel like that counts for like a reading thing because it is reading. And so I'm going to read my Bible. I also want to tab this book because there's lots of good writing in here that I really enjoyed, and so I think I'm going to tab a little bit in here, do my Bible, and I'll get back to you when I'm done. Okay guys, so I just annotated a couple of things that were my favorite, like just things from the books. I just really love these books. I don't know how to explain it, but it almost feels like you're reading a TV show, which is, I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's like you kind of want to savor it because it just, the summer vibes are so high on these books, and I just really enjoy the writing that Jenny Han put in this book. I think it's so beautiful, and I'll just read you the things I highlighted. I usually don't highlight things in books, but there's just a couple things that I really enjoyed in this book. This one is on page 124. I let the moment pass and I just sighed and leaned back onto the chair. The sky was pink gold. I had the feeling that there was nothing more beautiful than this, that this particular sunset matched the beauty of anything in this world 10 times over. I could feel all the tension of the day drifting away from me and out to the sea. I wanted to memorize it all in case it didn't come back again. You never know the last time you'll see a place, a person. I thought that one was really beautiful. And then I have another one on page 147. I sat in a deck chair with my towel wrapped tight around me. There was something so comforting and right about coming out of the pool wet and your mom putting a towel around your shoulders like a cape. Even without a mother there to do it for you, it was good, cozy, achingly familiar in a way that made me wish I was still 8. 8 was before death or divorce or heartbreak. 8 was just 8. Hot dogs and peanut butter, mosquito bites and splinters, bikes and boogie boards, tangled hair, sunburned shoulders, Judy Blume in bed by 9:30. Those were just a couple that I saw that I really enjoyed reading. And yeah, I'm almost done with this book. I really think I'll either finish it by tonight or tomorrow morning because I'm really enjoying it. I don't get bored from this book. It's just like it, and it really does feel like I'm reading a TV show because you can just savor it and just read it whenever you would like. And like I could read this book like 10 pages a day for a month and I would still love this book. And it's not because I'm bored of it, but just because it gives such good summer feelings, and I really enjoyed this book. So yeah, really enjoying this book so far. Really all I have to say for now. I was also reading my Bible today. I usually read the verse of the day on the YouVersion Bible app, and then I highlight it in my Bible and just read around there. What I've been doing recently, I'll show you really quickly what today's was. Today's was Galatians 6:2. Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. And I just highlighted around that verse 1 through 5 and just studied that for a little bit and read it over. And so, yeah, that was my Bible time for today. I usually spend about 5-10 minutes, maybe more if I'd like to, on my Bible. Sometimes I do it in the morning and at night. Sometimes I just do it in the morning. Yeah, that's my update for now. We'll see how much more reading I do today, but I think I may just knock out that book tonight or later today.
And he did some weird tricks.
Okay guys, so it's Tuesday night. It's like 9:30 and I've been reading this for quite a bit today. I'm still working on it, but I'm on chapter 42 in page 265. I'm just gonna quickly finish it because I only have 10 pages left, so I'm just gonna knock this out and let you guys know what I think. And it's done. Okay, so I just finished it. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on it tomorrow because I think my thoughts will be clear then. And I'll tell you what I think of this book. Okay guys, so it is Wednesday, the next day, and I'm gonna be talking about the book I read yesterday and finished yesterday. I read It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han, and I actually really enjoyed this book. I did read the first one a few months ago and really liked that book and loved this one as well. Jenny Han's writing is just so good, and I'd say it's a good storyline. It's definitely an interesting one. I cried. I forget if it was at the beginning of this one or the end of this one. I actually like these two books better than the TV show just because these ones are more clean for one, and two, I just feel like I don't know, I just pictured like all the characters very different, and so that's why I would say I like these better, because I didn't really expect them to look like that, and that was just my thing. But yeah, overall, I think I rated this one a 4.5 or some 4-star or something like that. I'm gonna rate this one a 4.5. Yeah, really enjoyed both of them. I really don't know, I kind of know what's gonna happen with the third book in the third season, because I actually accidentally grabbed the third one instead of the first one when I first started reading the series, so I got like a big spoiler before I even read the entire thing, and I didn't even know any characters, which was so fun. So I kind of know what's going to happen, but yeah, I'm definitely interested in what's gonna happen in the third season. And now here is the exciting part. I get to pick out my new book. I have my bookshelf over here, and I have like a lot of books I have not read, so let's take a look at them. Okay, here's my bookshelf, and I'm just gonna quickly go through and show you guys the ones I've read, not read, and the ones I'm like halfway through, because honestly sometimes I just pick up a book and didn't end up enjoying it halfway through, and then I just put it down and I figure I'll read it a different time. Probably not the best habit, but I still do it. So in the middle of, read, in the middle of, not read, in the middle of, read, read, not read, 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 not read, 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 not read, read, not read, 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 not read, read, in the middle of, and that's my Bible and poetry night book. So yeah, quite a few I have not read yet. I'm kind of wanting to do like summary books, just because I mean it is summer. So I may either do We Were Liars or Meet Me in Paradise. I mean, those are my only summer books. I also have not finished Love and Luck yet. I started it a couple weeks ago, but then just didn't enjoy it because I didn't really like the setting and didn't really like the storyline. So I might do either of these. Really excited for both of these. For one, I just bought this one, and like look how cute the cover is. It's so adorable. And then a lot of my friends have been telling me to read this one, and I've also gotten a lot of requests down below, so maybe I should read this one. I'm really interested, so I think I'll just bring this one because I'm going somewhere today, and so I'll read it there. And yeah, now let's get to reading.
Make me another 13k. We want them to steadily growing. Everything's just going to be good. Much more money to every pound I can. All everything I got from that, and that's another 100 grand in the bank. And that's what the next for. That'll be cake, close to water, splash out in the house water, which is.
I'm doing like a what I read in a week. So
Good morning, you guys. This is the first time filming with my new hair. I just got it cut yesterday. At first I didn't really like it, but I'm kind of loving it. I mean, like, look how shiny that looks. So I'm gonna give a little update. Today's Wednesday, and so I'm gonna give it's Thursday. So I'm gonna give a little update about what I've been reading. First of all, I started like all 3 of these books, and I just didn't know what I was in the mood for yesterday. I was tanning with my friends. I made it till page 7 of We Were Liars. I don't know if I really connected with it. I mean, I only read 7 pages, so like you couldn't really tell. Started Meet Me in Paradise. Look how cute this cover is, bro. It's so cute. And I got till page 7 as well. Page 6 actually. I think I'm gonna continue with this one. I just really liked this one, so I'm gonna continue this one. And I also read a few pages of my favorite book, Love and Gelato. If you have not read this book, go read it. It is so good. So I did start to reread this one. I don't know if I will be I definitely will be rereading it this summer, but for now I'm going to start reading Meet Me in Paradise today. Hey guys, so it's a little bit later. Actually, it's much later, but I I'm gonna do a quick little update. I did not read much of this book at all today. I'm only on page 13, so I read like 7 pages. But I was hanging out with my friends today, like literally all day long, so that's my excuse. I'm gonna probably read a lot of this tonight though, because I read books a lot in the night. I just binge read them till like sometimes 2 a.m, sometimes 11. We'll see how late I will read it tonight. But I'm gonna be going to youth group soon, so I'll read it after that, and I'll see you then. Good morning, you guys. I feel like that's how I start every single day, but you know, it's fine. This morning I made myself a blueberry iced coffee again. Today is Friday, and last night I read to page 17, so not much yesterday, but I was also very busy yesterday, so that's why. Today I'm going to be continuing with this book. Honestly, I don't know if I'm connecting with this book because I really have nothing in common with this character. Well, I do, but I don't know. I'm just not really connecting with this book very well for some reason. I'm going to continue with it anyway. Maybe I'll just give it a chance. So let's read. Okay, so I'm on page 24, so I read like, I don't even remember what I was at this morning, but I'm kind of thinking I don't really like this book. She's not my age, which I usually can't really relate to those kinds of books when they're like a lot older than me or a lot younger than me. So that's kind of how I feel in this book. And she has like a lot of anxiety. Sorry, my sister just came in, so I had to pause. But I'm more like, I have social anxiety, so I'm more like stressed about social interactions or what I say to people, what they think of me, things like that. And I'm a people pleaser. But in this book, she's more scared about like experiences and like airplanes and stuff like that, which I really cannot relate with because I am not really scared of those types of things. I will say that I don't really, those things I don't really like relate with, and that's why I think that I'm not really connecting it with this book and I'm not really enjoying it. I'm still gonna give it another chance. Maybe I'll get into it at some point because it really I haven't read that much of it, but I'm gonna clean my room and then go over to my friend's house, and I'll try to read more of this book today, but we'll see how much I end up reading or if I end up reading it. There you go. Okay, so we just got out of the library and we picked out a few books. I got The Ballad of Never After, which is the second Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and then Katie got a The Other Side of Luck because I picked it out for her because I thought the cover was cute, and I might read it too if she likes it. And then I got Olivetti, which I think honestly I just like the cover, so I feel like I may like it. I don't know. So yeah, there's the stack up. Wait, what page? Chapter 2 already? Dang. Hey, Vicky. Okay guys, so I'm currently reading The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. I read the first book, Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I did enjoy. I did enjoy it like very much, but everybody says that The Ballad of Never After, the second book, is a lot better than the first one. So I've been reading this. I'm on page 9, and we're gonna see how far I can get to this today. I'm going to my church for a bit, and so I'm gonna read there for a while, and yeah, we'll see how much I get into this. Okay guys, so it is currently Saturday night. I completely forgot to film today because I honestly have been busy all day long since 8 a.m. and so I have not had time to read. Finally in bed, and I'm reading The Ballad of Never After, and I'm still on page 31, and it's 9:40, so we'll see how much time or how much I can read tonight because I go to church in the morning. But I'll try to read as much as I can because I am enjoying this book, and so I'm just gonna read this for a while and we'll see how far I get to. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I don't even know if I'm gonna read any more tonight, but we'll see. I might. In this video, I finished a book and then started a new one and started another one, but I didn't really end up liking it. So I mean, it's just, I didn't want it to just be like me explaining the books I'm reading, but I also wanted to be realistic with what I read, so I wasn't trying to like read just because of video, because I wanted to. So this is like genuinely how much I read in a week. It's not that much, but it's also, I don't know, it's just like how much I usually read. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!